wicked, please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie HerbMan is on. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, at of HerbMan. All right, so I am neighborhood holistic practitioner. I am none other than your homie HerbMan. Welcome again to the HerbMan Show. All we do is simply teach people how to heal themselves here, okay? If you want somebody up for teaching you how to heal yourself now, okay? So we teach people how to heal themselves, but you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. That means know thy nature. That means really get you do and what you're attempting to do in this time and space. Once we get down to the rudimentary, fundamental purpose of why you feel like you heal, being comfortable with all those things that you are experiencing in this paradigm, but then also being very, very mindful of what you can experience, then that's when we can be able to work with you. So we teach you about the human frame and the human design so that you can be well on your way to happen. This information is simply by paying attention. How you do that is by double tapping that screen to get us up to 100,000 likes. Right? Now, once we get to 1,000 likes, we'll get into the matter at hand. But as you can see, the title of this video is about learning how to read. Learn how to read the waves and then ride the waves of life. And one of the things that we do offer is not a product, but a program. Okay, we don't offer products. Okay, I used to sell products back in the day, but now we just offer you programs. Okay, going to help you balance out your life, and we only have one, and it's called the Owner's Manual. So for your funky measly $50, you can get the Owner's Manual. All that's required is your birthday. Your birthday holds more information than your hair sample, your blood type, your blood sample. It holds more information than your urine sample, stool sample, more information than that little live culture, because all those things are very, very acute, meaning that you can only get that information when you got a bump. You can only get that thing if it's in your blood at that moment, at that day, right? You can only get accounted for that thing if it's been 90 days or less. That's your hair sample. But this thing that we got goes a lifetime of giving us tendencies and qualities about you that you never understood that somebody else know about you. Know about your pastor, your therapist, your psychologist, because you know half of it. It's so stressed and so different to be able to in that you can't articulate it either. So if you can't tell nobody, can't nobody help you, right? So the point of the matter is that there is somewhere else that we can go to get fruitful information that we need to be healed. The only thing is, you got to know how to read the room. Opportunity is just a away. Your healing opportunity is a discernment away. Just one discernment away. You don't know who you standing beside in the elevator. You don't know who you walk past in the grocery store. You don't know who you is in front of at the red light. You don't know who you just rode past on the highway. You don't know who these folk is. That these are opportunities. People are opportunities. People are opportunities. And you have to be discerning about opportunities. People are opportunities. And you got an opportunity to get some good shit or some bad shit, because people, just like anything, are decisions. You have to make a decision to talk to that person or to open up to that person or to do anything. It's a decision. So it's not just things, but then in the rudimentary of what we're saying to you is that decisions are opportunities. Now, you got the opportunity to eat. If you read, you ride the wave. If you miss the reading of the room, you don't ride the wave, and then you have to suffer from those consequences. Okay? That's how life is working. So what we're trying to get everybody to understand at the sound of my voice is how to get that rhythm, so that when I do go wake up tomorrow and go to work, I can start in the room better. So that when I do go to the club, read the room better. So that when I do go to church, I can read the room better. so that when I do go to work, I can read the room better. So that when I do go out in public, I could just read the room better to allow myself to capitalize on people, places, and things, aka my decisions, aka opportunities. I want to be able to capitalize on opportunities. So therefore, when we're teaching you about this extra room that you got inside of you, if you don't know nothing about the room, it becomes a casket. If you don't know anything about the extra room inside of you, then it becomes a casket. It becomes a private portal to demonic emotions that hold us down. It becomes the festering, it becomes the womb, the nest for cancerous mentalities and consciousness. You have a secret room inside of you, but if you don't know anything about the room, then that room becomes the closet in which the monster lives in. It becomes the casket of the ghouls. It becomes the casket of the vampires and the parasites and the bacterias and the cancers. But if you are intellectually or intuitively inclined to understand this secret room, that room becomes the treasure tool. It becomes the treasure trove in which you can pull out so many different aspects and treasures of this experience. So then you'll see that the dividing line between your healing in your body or in your relationships or in your finances is all predicated upon how you produce in life. The decisions that you make become production. And either you're producing something good or something bad for that situation. Okay? So you must understand this dichotomy and then be able to figure out how to be better at that discernment. Some stuff can't all be figured out through man's intellect. That means you got to have some intuition for some stuff. Some stuff that we done went so far, they done did all these tests on you. They done ran all of these tests. They done did all of these counsels. They done been to the Mayo Clinic. They done went to the folk over here. They done did with folk over there. They done sent you all around the world. But you still, because the problem can't be solved by man's intellect, you have to be able to get into that other room in you, which is your intuition. So some stuff I have to use your mind to focus with a synergy with your body in order to produce this energy that you're seeking to resuscitate or rejuvenate something over here that is too debilitated to do it on its own. So again, you'll understand that it is out of your ignorance that we create industry. Knew the hospital, your house is the hospital. If only you knew, you wouldn't need to. So it's out of your ignorance that you're creating industry. There's no reason for herbalists even to exist as an industry. That's just a lazy ass, that's just an occupation that was created out of your laziness and your ignorance. There shouldn't be a lot of stuff, grocery stores. And so they raping your wildlife. So you about not seeing no blueberries and blackberries no more. It's because all you want to see them at is the grocery store. If you wouldn't demand, it wouldn't be a supply. And whatever you demand, it would be a supply. But you don't know nothing about business management 101. You don't understand why you got what you got. It's because you are who you are. All this stuff on TV and radio, it's because that's who you are. That's where you done got to. That's what you done got. It won't bother you. Hear bitch enough, it don't bother you. You can hear nigga and thug enough, it don't bother you. Drugs and killing enough, it don't bother you. So that's just where you at. Your appetite for things is at that level. Love and hip hop, all that, your appetite for it. Because without a demand, ain't nowhere in the hell folk would be rich. Okay? So we got that yin and yang business, that's supply and demand. So now you got a hurt body, you got cancer written, you got tumor written, you got autoimmune written, you got arthritic written body. Okay, and we're using the same thing we just told you about, which is that ignorance to industry, but also that supply to demand. Now you got a depleted body because so you have a demand, but you have no supply of energy on the physical side for you to live with this disease. This disease and chemotherapy and all the medications and all the treatments just done drained you. Your mama and daddy them, or your sister and cousin them, or your auntie and uncle them, or your nephew and niece them is about to die. Y'all done seen this before. You done heard this before. Somebody in your family, you done watched this process before. And if you don't be, you're going to go through that process in the same exact frustrating and humiliating way, because these we are leaving here from, we are circumventable for the most part. Now, outside of genetic predispositions and birth defects and stuff like that, most of this stuff is circumventable if you only knew how to access that private room. But first, you must be knowledgeable of that other room you got. Your body is in demand of energy to heal itself. Your body automatically comes with healing itself. But if you take chemotherapy, radiation, dialysis, and a lot of other medications, and if you're doing a lot of heavy work and heavy exercise and heavy stress and heavy smoking and heavy drinking and heavy drugs, heavy everything, if you heavy on everything or you heavy on anything, happening is when you're doing that, that's going to drain your energy. So that's why it's not good to drink distilled water or to drink purified water, because yes, they are very good cleansing agents. I want y'all to understand some of the two differences between water. One water is nutritional water, is mineral water. One water is classified as food. Another water is classified as cleansing agent. All it can do for you is clean. Them ain't the same two waters. Okay? You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Let's get us up to 100K, you guys. You guys keep tapping. I'll keep talking. Let's get 100K. So the what you're supposed to have is classified as food because it got minerals in it. It's got your calcium, magnesium. It's got all these different deposits in it from which it came from the natural springs. Okay, or the aquifers and all this type of stuff that they may have these waters in, right? So now that water is got minerals in it, so that's real water, food. Then you got another water that they call distilled or purified. That's a cleansing agent. And how I know is that I used to sell purified water to homes, to new homes that was buying, that was running in your community. I was that dude that came, knocked on your door and said, can I test your water? And I had a little kit, and then I test your water, say you got all these solids in water. And then I had a little kit the way I can put it on your faucet and then run water through it and show you how purified it can clean. It can clean your this and your that. All I did was clean up your whole house with purified to show you cleaning purified water is. So I basically my whole display to your family, how a cleansing agent is of purified water. It would take all the detergent out of your clothes when you wash them. It would take all the grease off your stove. It'll take fingerprints off your refrigerator. I remember doing it. I was like, damn, I ain't purified water clean like that. Yes, that's all you do. Stay in their kitchen, and the more you clean their kitchen, the more they gonna want that water, right? I was fucking displaying purified water, which they gave me a nice sample of a purifier. You had crystal quartz in there, you had charcoal in there, you had sand in there, and the people could see all the different layers of filtration rocks, right? That'll get your nasty ass water to pure. So I know that distilled water and purified water are only cleansing agents. So that means that if you wanted to clean out your kidneys, if you wanted to cleanse something, your colon, or you wanted to cleanse yourself, then yes, distilled and purified water is good as a cleansing agent. But you can't drink that every day because it's not food. So what happens is a cleansing agents clean out all of your motherfucking minerals, and even will de-energize you, because the minerals is the energy, is ionic energy, is ion, I-O-N, ionic energy, right? If you have the table, metals and non-metals are creating bonds, ionic bonding, and you can really do a lot of these through water. Water can be the connector of the metallic and non-metallic minerals and create the ionic bonding, aka electricity. So if you ever seen a person put a light bulb in salt water, you put a light bulb in salt water, the light bulb come on, but you put the light bulb in sugar water, it ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. So why in the hell could a light bulb come on in sugar water? Is because the sodium and the chloride is a metal and a non-metal, and the water has created an electric ion, electricity. So when you have a cleansing agent come in and cleanse you of these particular, you got to be careful because you're losing. That is about alkaline water and all this type of stuff. And what you need to understand is the more alkaline you get to, you're also losing electricity. And the reason where you're losing it is you're losing it in your stomach acid. Your stomach acid is supposed to be below zero. The first place water go to is your motherfucking stomach acid. That pH ain't going to your skin. You ain't put it on your skin. Alkalinity to deal with a skin problem, put it directly on the skin. You can't drink it in the body. Somebody's gonna heal your skin. So the first place that pH water goes to your stomach, which is beyond zero, -1, -0, and you keep alkalizing it, changing the acidity level in your stomach. But you don't. The stomach acids are then going to also acid. Are also going to enter. So after, if you do mess up your stomach acid, whether you're eating a lot of proteins, that